Hey all, welcome to this week's CIOPCC Top 10. And it is the Halloween season, so I think we're going to swing into some Halloween themed stuff for the next few weeks. And I'm also going to be doing more accessories Top 10s. And in that vein, get it? I'm going to do coffins, caskets, sarcophagi, any kind of burial container. My top 10. You probably have more of them in your collection than you realize. And I'm going to start out with one from the 1970s. Yes, back in the day. This is the Adventure Team set, the Search for the Mummy's Tomb. That's my original flock-haired Joe. This is the original ATV. He's holding one of the jewels that was in the mummy's tomb. And there, of course, is the mummy's sarcophagus. Inside is a pretty cheesy mummy, but I like this sarcophagus. Now, they redid this set back in the 90s. It's not nearly as good. Here it is with another Joe. But this set is a classic, and I love this particular sarcophagus. As a matter of fact, you couldn't just obviously open it up. The bottom like slides, so it was they were even trying to be tricky with the theme of, discovering this long lost treasure. It's great for kids for play. Now, let's see. Let's walk around to the other side and talk about number 9. McFarlane has done plenty of different kinds of Draculas over the years, and so you know that occasionally they're going to come up with a coffin. And in their playset they did. Remember these playsets? These things are great. They're a lot of fun. In the playset for Dracula, they did this removable coffin. You can put Dracula inside. It opens up. Terrific little coffin. Nice sculpt. And of course, these playsets are just a lot of fun in general. They did all kinds of them. There's the creature. That's one of my favorites. And the hunchback. A lot of great stuff there. But that's number 9. Number 8... in a 7-inch scale. Oh, let's walk around over here and talk about Terminator. You remember in Terminator 3, he had that casket that he pulled out of the ground and had all the weapons in it. Well, yes, we got a figure of that, and there he is carrying it. It opens up. You can put all kinds of weapons in it. It's a really cool one. It's got a nice sculpt on it, a very modern day style coffin. Something that most of these are not. For example, number 7 over here is a Dracula coffin from NECA. Not going to be in a modern style particularly. I also had to move it out here to the front of the shelf. Usually it's behind him underneath that other shelf. But I moved it out here so you could see it a little bit better. It's a fairly plain design, but it does open it up. It has handles and hinges. So it's decent. And it is in a nice 7-inch scale. 6 to 7-inch scale, as in most of these are. We also have the NECA mummy right over here. There he is next to his sarcophagus. It's a pretty sarcophagus. It opens up, of course. It's very colorful. It's not my top one. You'll see that in a minute, but it is a very colorful and very pretty one. And it's great to get these accessory sets with the various Universal monsters. I applaud them for that. Now, we'll go back to McFarlane. And this time, a rather unusual release. This was one of their Spawn cowboy figures. And I think it's Billy the Kid, actually. That's what it's supposed to be, his take on that, as I recall. But what's cool is he comes with this coffin with a dead guy in it. And this is your classic deadwood style. Let's throw some wood together. It might not be the best in the world, but at least it'll hold the body so we can carry it. Coffin. Very worn and beaten. An excellent sculpt. And that's really kind of cool. So that's going to get number 5. Number 4 is way over on the other side. It's not in the horror section where you expect coffins to be, but rather the cartoon section. How often do you get cartoon coffins? I had to think about it, and there's not a lot of cartoon characters that are going to get the coffin treatment. But just recently, Jax gave us their Vampire Burns deluxe figure, and he comes in this coffin that he can pop up out of with the lid. He's got a pillow in there that he can sleep. It's a nice base to it, very intricate, and a good sculpt and design for what's a cartoon-style coffin. So Vampire Burns there, he gets my number 4 from Jax. My number 3 is the other sarcophagus for the Universal monsters. This one was done after the Sideshow line. This was done by Diamond Select. And this is a really nice one. Really well done, really pretty. They did some really nice accessory sets with their Universal monsters, and this one has a lot of detail. Really well done. Really like the sculpt. is a more muted paint job. I like that too. And it comes with that kind of display base. So that's my number 3 favorite. My number 2 favorite's another one that was kind of hidden on the shelf because it's a packed shelf. But I moved it out to the front so you could see it a little better. This is the Nosferatu from Mezco. It's got rats inside and dirt. Very nice wood sculpt. Cracked and broken. Goes with Nosferatu, of course, who is over there. Usually it sits back underneath the shelf behind him, but I thought, well, so you could see it for this video, I would bring it up here and stick it in the front of the shelf. That's number 2. That is a fantastic looking coffin. But nobody ever has done a coffin as nice as the one we did at Flat World Figures back in the day for our Dracula. And there he is back in the corner. I could have pulled that one out too, but I thought you could see it pretty good. It's very cool. It's got the Dracula logo, the insignia, the family crest there on the front. It opens up and it fits the Dracula, who's over here, of course, very nicely. It's a great Lugosi style coffin. And that is easily my number 1. No bias whatsoever. So, you got any cool coffins in your collection? Let me know. Make sure you subscribe. And until Wednesday, when we try to do another one of those favorite collection videos, I hope you have a great one.